Hello people of YouTube and welcome back. So I'm going to be doing, funny enough, a pickup video because that is just what I do. And yeah, this is going to be probably a semi-length one. It's a mixture of modern and retro. And I will do it how I usually do it, where it's the oldest to the newest. And yeah, I was going to separate over the two, but to be honest, I've just not had much time recently to do anything, even watch YouTube. I went away on the road trip the other day, and since then I've just been sort of like chasing my ass really on so many different things. YouTube, I've missed so many. I've watched YouTube and I've not done any comments. I've hardly been commenting on my own videos. I'm just full of excuses. So diet's doing okay. I'm probably going to do an update every month of how I've done every week, if that makes sense. I've recorded a couple of videos of what I've weighed at, and hopefully I'm just going to do it that way rather than just bore everyone every week of my progress, because it's for myself, but I also need to have it on YouTube just to sort of like track my progress. But it's been a shitty week. Went to Blackpool last week, which was great. However, I just felt shit. And honestly, Wednesday was so bad. I was so down. Felt really bad. I think I may have had COVID. Um, and I told my boss, and I was like, look, I can do a test if you want, or I can just not say anything and just keep myself to myself. Because the rule in my work is you still got to come to work with COVID. So he was like, don't worry about it, just do it. And honestly, I could tell it just had that same feeling that I had in my chest every time I've had COVID. However, it just passed by a lot easier. But yeah, I need something good inside me. And I say good. It wasn't good. It was all like chocolates. And end of the week, I'm feeling shitty, so I got myself some beer. So to celebrate having my beer, I'm going to do some pickups. So first up, we are, like I say, we're going to be going on to the 8-bit. And what a system to start off on. We're starting off with some bangers first, I've got to say. And it is Psychic Storm on the PC Engine. Yeah, I've just been playing that. This is actually in the system at the moment, which is a shame because you could have seen the disc. This disc is very plain and boring, really. But yeah, really great shooter. Sort of not cyberpunk, but like sort of like that Neo City anime style, where it's all like neon lights and everything like that. Such a cool shooter. Lots of like sort of flying insects and biomutants, and such a lost visual that you don't really see around that often. Everything's gone full on cyberpunk, where it's sort of like more grounded in reality than this. Very 80s anime style of shooter, and such an interesting one. You have a life bar on it, so it's not like an instant death. So it's not a bullet hell, so it's quite doable. That being said, sometimes you can get like cornered and then like die, and when you do die, it's really cool. You sort of like morph into this giant moth that's like super overpowered, and just can do so much damage to your enemies. And then you come back to life, and you're back to like that one last health bar, and that's basically how they work out the lives in this system. You have like 3 near-death experiences, and if you survive, I think you keep all your lives, I think. So yeah, really cool shooter. I can't wait to play more of that. That's why it's in the system still. Almost Halloweeny. Next up, from Blackpool. In fact, the next load of stuff is from Blackpool. So it was great time to be had. And then next up we've got, I can't remember what the Japanese name of this is, but it's basically called Shockman, and it's Shockman 1. It's a game that I've been wanting for ages. It was like high up there on my I must get list, and it did have a cue card in it, but that's gone to the dog. Pocky, drop. Yeah, she's in fact, pause. Saved it from a near-death experience. But yeah, this was from Japanese Alan. it was bang on the money. Couldn't grumble with price. But I got a couple of games with him, and he actually did quite a bit of discount. I got like £10 off, which if you know previous sales from Alan, that's amazing going, and I see that as a winner. But yeah, this is basically a run and gun platforming game, much akin to Mega Man. Probably the closest to Mega Man in the series, this one. But yeah, I really wanted this so much. So can't wait to properly get stuck into that. Just played it briefly. I've played it before as well, so yeah. But I want to. I think I left it to the point that I wanted to do it properly. Anyway, waffling. But yeah, the cream de la resistance, cream of the crop. The game that spent the most money on at the event, and it is Winds of Thunder, or Lords of Thunder, as a lot of people have probably heard it as. So this is fucking awesome. I was playing it earlier, and I've played it before, but I don't know, when you own the game, it just feels so much better. And yeah, this is a sort of mythical rock inspired shooter. Like it's its own game. There's nothing else like this. Lords of Thunder is obviously the better title, and Winds of Thunder is a bit shit, to be honest. It's alright, but it's just not as cool as Lords of Thunder. And why is the title such small writing? I mean, it's a cool cover, don't get me wrong, but yeah, this is just so awesome. Again, another game that you don't die instantly with one hit, so it's really cool. But yeah, it's the soundtrack on this, man. The soundtrack is absolutely fantastic. It's got a really cool, what's the word, sort of satanic sort of cover, disc art, and it's got sample written there, so I wonder what that means. Was this given as a sample away to like sort of vendors when they're selling the games? I don't know, but I own it now, and I'm so pleased I do, because yeah, it's just one of them shooters that's sort of like a must own on the system. It wasn't cheap, however, the £10 off really helped. Next up from Big Game Al, a game that I've been wanting for a while. When he was sending me his list, he didn't have this on the list. And when I went to what do we do? We went for a road trip. I was talking about it, going, I would have loved to get this game. In fact, I picked it up from one of the places I nearly bought it, and he was like, I think I've still got that for sale, and I was like, you can't have. But yeah, supposedly someone's messing him about for 3 months. So it is now mine, and the game in question is Ghosts and Goblins. How on earth have I not got this game? And yeah, it's not like the best condition manual, but it's still there. But Al did me a cracking price on it. Basically, he knocked the money off that I could have bought it for, because it was quite a good price anyway, what I nearly bought it for. So yeah, big thanks to this Al. I know he doesn't watch these videos anymore. In fact, I don't think he only watches his own videos, I think. But yeah, he's not got time for anyone else. But yeah, big thanks to this Al. This is the only Ghosts and Goblins that I've actually ever beaten. However, it's a series that I flipping love. It's one of them games, like I say, games that you can't beat, you kind of love the most. And I want to try this again, because it was a long time ago since I beat that. Next up, I can't remember what stall it was. He goes to Blackpool every year, but I don't think I ever see him at any other game shows or anything like that. But he's always at Blackpool. Anyway, he's selling the PS1 DualShock remote. So this is one that was like, kind of went on the shelves and then kind of disappeared straight away. I don't know why, because this is the best controller for the system. So if you can see, it's got indented thumbsticks instead of ones with a dome on it, and because of that, when you're playing like this, your thumbs don't fall off, which I hate PS2, PS3 pads for, because of that reason. The handles are a little bit longer, so it just feels like a modern controller. To be honest, it could be shaved. I mean, to make it better, it could be shaved off a little bit more, but Jesus Christ, they nearly had perfection with this one, and then they just ruined it for the PS2 and everything like that. And yeah, God, it feels so good to have somewhere to properly rest your thumbs and to be able to go like this and not have to recalibrate your thumbs back on because they're being shifting off. Really love that feature. It's a shame that they don't keep it. Well, they do. PS4 has now kept it and PS5 got it. Next up, we've got a magazine, one that's never collected before. I'm not too sure if I've read it or not. I have a feeling I had this growing up, but I can't really remember. I would have jumped all over it because of the franchise, and it is Bad Influence. So I got this off Tutti UK. He did a video saying that he picked up a set to get the second one, I think, if that was correct. Because they only did two of these in total. It was like a really short publishing run. The first one's a lot easier to get. Still not easy, but the second one's like near impossible. So I feel that this could be stuck at 50%. But if anyone's got the second one, please let me know, because I would like to finish this. I love having magazines and flicking through these. And yeah, there's some really cool articles in this. I just miss how everything was laid out in these magazines. So colourful, so sort of like, as well, because I'm dyslexic, like it was just easy to read than like what came later, which was just block text, which for me, I just can't read. I need like sort of like a colourful background like this, and it just helps me read and stuff. So yeah, if modern magazines came out, I would have probably missed the magazine boat and just ignored them completely. But yeah, so one last bit of kind of retro, and then it's just basically modern, and it's these basically. I got an email from Retro Gaming Cables, because I don't know, signed up to them maybe one time, or did I? Maybe I even bought a cable from them. But yeah, they sent an offer to say that due to the postal strikes, they're going to be doing a deal, and I think it was like 20% off. It was quite good. So I just went nuts and bought like shitloads of these. So I got PS1, PS2, Super Nintendo, Super Famicom. What else did I get? Nintendo Wii. Oh my goodness, that is made the Wii so good. So RGB SCART for the Wii. And then what else did I get? I got something else as well, and I can't remember what it is for the life of me. But yeah, I got 5 cables, and that came to a lot of money. These cables are about 25 quid each. So to get 20% off, it was like a lifesaver. And do you know what? It's a lot of money for these cables. Honestly, they're just the best. If you are into your CRT TVs and you don't own these, then you're not having the true experience of a CRT and how good they could look. Because man, this just makes them stunning. Like I say, the Wii in particular, like all the cables that I've ever had from Wii, just everything looks so muddy. But this, beautiful. It's just such a stunning picture. It's night and day, and it's people just go, oh, cables that, cable that. Honestly, I can't sell this enough. Get some get yourself down to Retro Games Cables and get some cables, and try and look out for an offer, and hopefully get them a bit cheaper, because honestly they're expensive, but they are worth it. Like I've probably got a few more that I need to upgrade. Dreamcast is one. I need to upgrade my Dreamcast. That would be good. I'm trying to think what I upgraded now. What else did I do? What was the 5th one? Don't know. But anyway, games. What more? Did I get any more games? Yes. So I did get some more games. And these are just a free-for-all. They're just on a pile. So I can't remember where I got them from, how, why, or whatever. Or even some of them, I might not even remember what they are. So let's find out then, shall we? Well, first up we've got Adam's Venture. So this is a sort of, I believe, a sort of Indiana Jones Tomb Raider rip-off. For some reason this is in the wrong way round. I think it's because, oh yeah, that was it. It's got a reversible cover. But what I find very odd is the cover's exactly the same on both sides. and I don't know why. It's baffled me why that could be. So usually I thought maybe it's like got a small bit of information differently. Honestly, I scoured it and it's identical both sides. Never seen that before. That is so strange. But yeah, I'm hoping it's going to be good. I got this for £7 delivered from eBay. So it's a Sedesco published gaming, or Psygnosis as Al calls it. Next up, we have got from the game collection, I think it was, Leisure Suit Larry, Wet Dreams Dry Twice. Now, this game seems to have been expensive for the longest time. Really was. But when I went on there, I was just having a quick look through some cheap games just for like, quick thrill of endorphins. Just felt like I've not bought anything for more than a few minutes. So I went on and I saw this and I was like, this was £15, which that's sort of like my target of what I try and... I don't like to spend more than that when I buy games unless there's a reason. But yeah, I've played the first one recently, the first one in the PS4 series, which is Wet Dreams Don't Dry, and this is the sequel to that. And I really enjoyed it. It was just a sort of throwback to the original games. You even had to prove your age with the quiz, like in the original Amiga game. So that was really cool. So yeah, really used to love sneaking on, trying to get to start Leisure Suit Larry. And when I did, as a kid, it was just like all the jokes was over my head. But I knew there was something I needed to enjoy it for. All the smut that I probably learned through playing that game. And the cheap game of the day that I got from, like I said, I think it was the game collection, was Big Pharma. Big Pharma. Yeah, so basically this is just Theme Hospital. A cheap knockoff of Theme Hospital, but this was like £3. £3 delivered. So yeah, how could you say no to that? I'm a sucker for slipcases. I mean, that's as far as I can go on that one. I do really want there is a Theme Hospital copy called 2 Point Hospital that I do want to get eventually, but one that seems to be holding its price a little bit. So I was selling a few of my Vita games recently, and I sold this one on the Vita and bought it on the PS4, and it is Ease 8 Lacromus of Dana. Basically, this was a tenth of the price of the Vita game. So yeah, I love these series. I never got around to playing it on the Vita, and I really want to play it because I've played a few of the others. I really loved it. So yeah, I'm going to be playing on PS4 now. Although I do think it works very well on the Vita. Maybe I should have got it on the Switch. Who knows? Next up, we have got a limited run game. In fact, I've got another limited run game over here. If I don't kill myself, we'll keep that in. Why not? Just remembered there's another one that I've not pulled across. Yeah, so limited run game, and it is The Last Blade 2. So I literally just had this on the Dreamcast, and now I've got it on the PS4. But the reason why I've got it on the PS4 and not just kept the Dreamcast version is now I can play this on the arcade machine because I've got my PS4 hooked up to it. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. And it's quite funny because if you hold off, you can get some of these games for dirt cheap. I seem to think limited run games, their aftermarket prices are really dropping recently. And I think, like I said, I think I got paid £35 for this, and it was from like Music Magpie as well, which I thought was quite funny. It was open, so for me it was perfect. Again, another double-sided cover, so you've got this one. I think is more fitting with the Dreamcast cover, really. So I might actually change that up. But yeah, really cool, stunning artwork on this. Such a cool looking game. And it's one that not many people really talk about. But yeah, SNK finest, really is. Sticking with limited run, why not? And I think I'm going to play this in a second. And it is Super Meat Boy Forever. Now, I'm really intrigued to see what this is, what this plays like, because I'm a proper lover of Super Meat Boy. I love it. It's so fiendishly hard and just beautiful because of it. I just love games that are so hard that like you have to play over and over again to figure them out. And this is that. This game is that game. Instant replays from when you die, you just instantly back to play it again, so you can remember what you did wrong. And then on the original game, it had like a replay of like all your deaths all at once, and it just looked awesome. Now I'm a bit worried about this one because I believe this is a free runner. So basically, you've got to jump, and that's about it. Free runners get a lot of bad rap. However, I trust the team in Team Meat, which is, I think it's actually only one of them. There's only one of them that do this now. I think the other guy fractured off, is it Edmundo? He went off and did the Ender's Nye, which is this one. So they're basically, these two games are like the the same people that made the first game, but sort of like fractured into two different games. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it, and I think this is going to be a Halloween game. I can use that as a Halloween game. And talking about free running games of old series, we got Bubsy Paws on Fire. Now I paid way too much for this game than I should have done, but it finishes off my subset of Bubsy games on the PS4. Now I've got the other Bubsy PS4 game, was very average indeed. I know Bubsy games are very average. However, I still really enjoyed it. Now this one became a free running game, and I've heard this is actually pretty good. It's by the Bit Trip, the guys that do the Bit Trip running games, which internationally well received. So I'm hoping. Well, like I say, I've heard this is actually quite good. You just got to get past the fact it's a free runner. But yeah, we'll find out. And it's Bubsy. And what's in it? It's got like a chunky manual, and it's got 2 discs. So well worth the silly amount of money I paid. Next up, 2 more things, and yeah, then I'll let you be. So first up, we've got BlazBlue on the PS4. So this is the last BlazBlue game that I needed on the PS4, and I saw that there was a special edition. So do you know what? Let's go get it. And this was 11-12 quid. It wasn't much at all. I think it was 11. I think I got it down to 11 on eBay. But yeah, it's got a cool art book, which looks like that. Some really cool prints and some sexy bits in there as well. Yeah, yeah. I've not put much time in BlazBlue because when I did play it, it was on the Xbox 360, and I really enjoyed it. However, I hated playing fighters in an Xbox 360 pad. However, the PlayStation pads are so much better because you've got a D-pad on them as standard. I even got some of them Street Fighter pads, and they just didn't do it for me. But yeah, this is on the PS4 now, and again, this can easily be run on my arcade, which is the whole point. And last but no means least, a game that I've had my eye on for ages, but it's always been really expensive. And yeah, I think it was Pete Fighter played it recently, and he got me to have a look again, and I saw it, and I just put a long time search on it basically, and I got an offer, and I was like, yep, that's too good to refuse. So here it is in my hands, and it is 99 Vidas Collector's Edition. Now, this used to go for like ridiculous money, because I think this is, I'm sure it's Strictly Limited who did this. But yeah, let's have a look. Shall we have a look what's inside? Because it's going to be open. I want to play it on the arcade machine, and then we'll go from there. Oh, let's have a look. It's a very flimsy bit of card. To say how expensive this went, I got it for basically... Oh, basically the same price as a standard edition. So yeah, what's inside? Well, interestingly, we've got a Mega Drive cartridge. We have got the game itself, which yes, it is strictly limited. So yeah, I've devalued this completely. And then we've got a music CD, and then an art book, which is just basically like a Mega Drive manual. And it's not much art in there, is it? It's a bit, to be honest, it is a bit boring. But as you can see there from the screenshot, it's a side-scrolling brawler, very much in the kin of Streets of Rage, which is probably why it's got like the Mega Drive manual and the look of it. Then what the 99 Vidas franchise actually is I believe it's a radio show in Spain. Radio show in Spain or something like that. It's not even a TV show. And yeah, such a strange like franchise to make a side-scrolling brawler on. But yeah, I've heard a lot of good things on it. I don't know who it is who makes it. Cubite Game Studio. Never heard of them. So yeah, just really pleased to get it. Like I say, in the back, it looks really good. But yeah, I got this basically for about £5 more than what a standard edition sells for. Not just was on for sale for, but sells for. So really pleased with this. So yeah, I've got some good games to play. So with that, I'm going to apologise if I don't reply straight away. But I will look forward to seeing your replies, because I do enjoy. I always read them, but I always take ages to bloody reply, don't I? Because I'm crap. But yeah, I'm going to probably play Super Meat Boy now. That's the one I'm going to play. So see you guys later, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.